Hey guys, so this is Random Sarah Grace. I actually have a different hat. I was going to wear this one, but I decided against it and wore this one because that's too much black. I'd start this video. So I think I'll start it with how I wake up in the morning. So I'll wake up in the morning and I'll feel like super scared, anxious and stuff, and I don't know why. Literally, it's what my doctor said is called generalized anxiety, which is where you don't really have thoughts. You just kind of feel on edge and scared no matter what you do. So I'd wake up in the morning and just have anxiety. I'd be just lying there just for no reason, not wanting to get up, not wanting to do anything, just kind of rejecting being a human being, not wanting to get up, not wanting to do anything, which kind of lies in between of depression. But I don't really have depression. I have more anxiety. If you look at me now, then I was 2 years ago. I filmed a video 2 years ago about depression, but I'm not in that zone anymore. I feel like I've moved on, and a lot of people will get anxiety confused with depression, especially doctors, funny enough, because as soon as you start saying, I don't want to get up, I don't want to do anything, you know, everything becomes a real difficult task in my life, like little things, they'll say, oh, you're depressed. You're like, but I'm really not. So it does get a bit confusing. But yeah, so there's some days where I'll be a lot worse than I normally would. Like I literally won't want to do, you know, making your breakfast, having a shower. I literally just feel so much anxiety to a point where I can't move. And that is where some days I just can't get up because of that reason. Other days, which is the most common days, I will just wake up and have a lot of anxiety and it will take me ages to get out of bed. So, you know, I start going on YouTube, and if you don't know what ASMR is, the majority of the people on my channel will, because I do make ASMR, but it's where you get like relaxed and you kind of wind down. It helps people sleep. Some people get tingles because it's almost like it kind of when you listen to something really good, like a show on TV or a singer, and you get like those goosebumps. That's the same sort of thing with ASMR. When you listen to something that sounds really good, it's no way in form a sexual thing. So in the morning I'll wake up and put on an ASMR video, and usually it seems to be Panda's ASMR, so go check her out because she's really good. But I'll be watching an ASMR video which kind of helps me snap back into reality. And another way of doing it is just checking your social media or just doing something on your phone that you'd normally do to try and make you snap out of whatever is going on in your noggin. So then as soon as I get up, I literally try and do everything productive. I have to-do lists and I will go through everything. I have a particular to-do list which I'm going to get now. This is the to-do list that I use. I got this from Wilko if you're in the UK. They still sell them because I need more of them. They usually last about 2 months, so you don't get a year's worth, but you know, they're really good and really cheap. So you got your to-dos down here, got notes. Then this is the most interesting bit. You've got the most important, so things that are the most important in your to-do list put in here. You've got, I don't know why they added this to do and to eat and to drink, because they're too small to write anything on there. But you've got remember this, and you want to put something positive there that, you know, that you'll look and remember. So something like, remember that your family loves you, or remember that, you know, there's a lot of people going through anxiety, you're not the only one. You know, just put things down that will reassure you, basically. And then there's this one that says thankful for. And thankful for is great because you need to, it's almost like you're giving yourself a moment to space out and think about other things than anxiety. And usually I put like a supportive family, or anything like a roof over my head, or anything really that you're thankful for, whether it be small or big. And then this section is could have gone better, which is just if something went wrong in the day, how could you better deal with it the next day, you know? And then, like I said, we've got notes, but at the bottom it says, can't read it that way, positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. And this is just what you need with anxiety. You could design your own, but I definitely think it's something that, because it gets all your thoughts to, like, on paper. And this is where I'm next going to talk about CBT therapy. Where if you go to the regular CBT sessions, which are 6 sessions generally in the UK, we'll mostly target it around your thoughts and they'll mostly target it around your thoughts, and they teach you that it's a good idea to get all your thoughts down on paper, no matter what it is. Your symptoms of what you're feeling with anxiety, basically having a diary, and then having a set time in the morning, for example, or whenever, to basically just worry. So you've got like a set time to have all your anxiety in one place and just worry. But that didn't work for me because my anxiety isn't really thought related, it's more of just anxiety. I will literally have anxiety about anything. The doorbell goes and I'm having a panic attack, literally getting up and just making breakfast sometimes is really hard because I have to leave one room to the next. It is so generalized, there's so much. I can't even explain like everything. So for me, the original CBT sessions weren't helping me. So I then got transferred to the high intensity CBT clinic. Now it makes me wonder why I wasn't transferred to them in the first place, because at the time when I rang them up to go on CBT, I was a mess. I was like a real mess. I was depressed, I was suicidal, I was just a really big mess. So I went to a high intensity clinic only last week, and he's asking me to do a diary, but not of thoughts or like that sort of thing for anxiety. It's more of a diary of what I do. I have agoraphobia. I cannot leave the flat by myself. I cannot do anything by myself, and that's why I really struggle indoors, because most of the time I'm by myself. With other people that take me out of the flat, I'm okay, because I feel safe with that person. But I'm not okay with being by myself. And my CBT counsellor said to me that it probably isn't agoraphobia. It's probably just the height, the peak of my anxiety. And that's what he wants to kind of like go through with me about past things like bullying. He wants to go through, thoughts that I've got and how this relates into physical actions. One of the reasons that we actually did find was that I feel like I can't handle situations, which is like by myself. And then that kind of leads to low self-esteem, not a lot of confidence, and thus makes me reliant on others and makes me depressed, even though I'm not depressed. There was a big situation in the flat, for example, where there was a flood, and it was in the middle of the night, and I have a fear with running water in the dark. I don't know why, it's just one of those random fears, I suppose. And I woke up and I could hear like the shower going, and immediately I had like a massive panic attack. I couldn't calm down. I woke Andy up, and he ran to like, Andy's my partner, by the way. He ran to like the bathroom, and there was a pipe that had burst under the sink. It was the hot tap, and the boiler was making a horrible sound because obviously it was trying to pump out a lot of hot water, and trying to keep up with the amount of water that was just coming out. And of course it was hot water, so and Andy was trying to block off the thing, but because I was in such a state of panic, I ran to like the where the boiler's kept, and there's like all the taps for like all the main pipes. I think it's called the stopcock or something like that. And I turned that off because, I don't know, I just somehow knew what to do, and that was so unlike me, or at least that's what I think would be so unlikely for me, because I'm so like reliant on other people. But I was the one who ran to the flipping stopgap, where he ran to the pipe to try and block off the water. So you can see that in my state of panic, I was still able to solve the problem, which if I'd have taken a step back and looked at it, I would have said to myself, if that didn't happen, I would never be able to do that. I wouldn't know what to do in that situation. What the hell would you do? Another incident happened in the flat where the power went. And again, I'm scared of power. I seem to basically be scared of everything at this point. Like, I don't really know anything about power in buildings, because in the house where I lived before, my dad would never let me go anywhere near fuse boxes or anything like that. So I've never really seen the form of power and all that stuff. And then so we had a power cut, and naturally didn't know what to do. So I had a panic attack. But then, like I said, because I was having a panic attack, I then thought, well, okay, stop a second. Go and find the fuse box. Go and see what's switched off. So I went into the little cupboard where they're kept. But unfortunately, I literally don't know what to do when it comes to power. So, I was just staring at it and going, so what do I do? So I rang my mom, and I was just like, Mom, I'm having a panic attack because the power's gone. Can't be without the fridge, And she was just like, Sarah, we've all got a power cut. And I felt so relieved. I was like, oh my God, the whole town has just got a power cut, thank God. But like, that's what I'm scared about in this flat, is that things are going to go wrong and I don't know how to deal with them. And then that goes back to the fact that how do I handle situations when they happen, the same as when you leave the flat. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's why I can't be by myself. And again, it relates to low self-esteem, and just, I suppose, I haven't really been on my own that much. When I was back in school, I used to get bullied, so I don't know if that relates to anything. And then, being in the real life situation, I've mostly been with other people, like my family, or my boyfriend. I've never really been by myself. But then I say that, and then I went to uni a few years ago, and I used to travel up and down the country literally by myself. So I think there's some kind of like just self-doubt, negativity, and stuff like that. But I have a goal, and that is that I want to go to Pets at Home for my bun and get him some sweet corn. But Pets at Home is about maybe about 5 to 10 miles away, so it's not that far, but I'd have to drive, and then I'd have to leave the flat. So there's a lot of complications to getting there. But that is something that, I've said to my CBT counsellor that I really, really want to do, is to just be able to go somewhere and be able to cope by myself. Because unfortunately, it means that I am out of work. I can't go into work. I can't handle myself in situations or just in places by myself. And this has kind of brought itself by, it's kind of come by itself, but it's kind of got worse over the years, and there was a big trigger towards it, which is relating work. I can't discuss that at the moment. The next thing I wanted to do, I know this is a super long video, and if you're still watching, I'm really proud of you, but like, I just kind of wanted to show you some apps that help me in a day-to-day, just day-to-day life. An app called Meditation, which is where you just stop with your panics and just sit there and listen to a guy telling you what to do and stuff like that. Kind of like, it's another way of snapping out of whatever's going on. You have an anxiety or a panic attack to kind of just set you down. Okay, I have another app called Fabulous, and I really want to show you this one because this is what I use every day. So I've set it up as a, I don't know if you can see that. It's basically an alarm that comes up when I tend to wake up, so it's kind of like snap me back out of that rhythm of having anxiety. And it's like, right, Sarah, you need to be productive. You need to, it's time for your morning ritual. You need to take your pantoprazole, which is a medicine for acid reflux, and you can snooze it, but it'll bug you later and you have to keep doing it. And then if you say yes, I'll take my pantoprazole, it starts and it gives you 2 minutes, because you can set how much, basically you set all your tasks that you want to do, and then you just set how much time it will take, so that once you've done it, you then do another thing, which leads on afterwards. So I actually have taken my pantoprazole, so I can click that I've done it. And it actually makes like a piano sound, so if you do all of them, you kind of make it like a tune. And this next one is groom myself, so that's just, you know, it's just trying to force you to do productive things, because if you do productive things, I find, like with the to-do lists, if you do productive things, it kind of stops you from thinking. And I know, you know, people do think, and you have to take time to think about what you want to do in life, but with me, because I'm on sick leave, if I just sit down and do nothing, but even before, when I was actually working, and you know, you'd have all those hours in the morning, I'd try and sleep until I was actually trying, like, time to go into work. So it was really, really sad, because I just hated thinking. I literally wake up and think, okay, there's nothing to do. Let's think about life, you know. Let's think about why we're here. Why am I here? Am I supposed to be here? I don't have a purpose. You know, you just start to go into all that, and I really don't like that. That's something that does actually cause me to get depressed if I have depression. So I really try to be productive in a day, even if it's just like trying to do the things that most naturally normal people would do, like grooming themselves or having a shower, or, you know, just doing I think what this does is kind of remind you that you need to do this. And for me, it only takes 10 minutes to get dressed and do everything. I know it takes people longer if they're going to do makeup and stuff like that. But it's basically just to show that, you know, you need to spend time doing this instead of just getting up and getting changed. You need to spend time to make yourself feel like a human being. Okay, and then this next one is clean and tidy up, because that's another 10 minutes, but that's more of like a quick go around the flat, sort of pick things up. It doesn't take you very long, like just before breakfast, because if you take pantoprazole, you have to wait 20 minutes before you have your breakfast. So that's a good, you know, time to just go and sort things out, pick things up. And then usually once I start cleaning up and tidying up, because it's something productive, I usually get stuck, and I'm doing that for hours. Next one is eat a great breakfast. You can't even see that, so bright. And that's 15 minutes, because that's how long it seems to take me to eat breakfast. See, I have a thing with time. So basically, I panic because of time, and it sounds crazy, but time goes so slow, and it gets to a point where I get anxious about the time going so slow, again because I literally have anxiety for everything. So another app that I have is Dailyo, which is a diary app. I don't know if you can see that, but it goes through all the different months, and you basically add a, like, well, you can add yesterday, today, or the other day, you know. I'll add today. How are you? And you can change all these, and that's what I did. So we've got like rad, great, meh, not great, and horrid. So you basically just tap one of the icons, so maybe meh, whatever, and it says like, what have you been up to? And you can choose like all the different icons, you can add your own. And then in the notes section here, you just put a brief, like what you've done. It's basically like a non-dedication diary app where you just enter a few things instead of entering a whole page, because entering a whole page can be literally daunting and then put you off doing it in the first place. So, you know, having something like this to monitor your mood throughout the month is pretty good, and to find what, you know, kills your mood and what makes you happy. So that's why I recommend this app for that. We've got another one called Mood Space, which again focuses on your moods, but it has like different sessions. So you've got like workouts and your journey that you can choose different like paths and like sessions to take. So another, like one of these sessions is 3 clouds and write 3 good things from today. So it kind of makes you think about your day. got a thought diary and mindful meditation. So if we just click on 3 clouds, there's like, you can see there if you want to pause the video and have a look. So I just find it really helpful to write down, it basically kind of asks you stuff like on here, remember this and thankful for. It kind of makes you think a bit more positively, and that you try and remind you that there are positive things in your life, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's about it for today. I'm really sorry that this video was like so long. I have loads to talk about, but share with me any experiences that you have, or any anxieties that you have, or anything that kind of really helps you deal with your anxiety. Yeah, not very good at outros. Bye.